Kia ora, everybody out there in Spotify land, YouTube land, wherever you're listening to your favourite social media podcast. The Cairo Chronicles, here today with the one, the only, the Hamii. Hamii, is it just Hamii or we got a surname?
Hamii, Hamuera. I used Hamii because people butcher Hamuera.
Hamuera.
So I just started using that. And then, people started calling me Mana, make Aotearoa, or the whole make Aotearoa native again, and I'm like, that's not my name. That's,
that's my brand.
Yeah, that's your brand. So what we're talking about, that's the Instagram handle, make New Zealand native again?
Make Aotearoa native again.
Mana. Well, yeah, well, of course you wouldn't want it.
Sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. So how's that going?
Good. No, it's going well. It's been good getting like cool feedback from everybody who's like...
What does that mean, make Aotearoa native again? Does that mean I'm going to have to emigrate back to where my ancestors came from?
Nah, that's why a lot of people who look at it wrong get it wrong right away. They're like, that's racist. I'm like, what the fuck? How's that racist? And then I explained to them like, nah, it's just like native birds, native trees, clean grass, clean air, clean everything. Nice. Yeah, it's nothing to do with that. But people who say that right away, I'm like, you're one of those fellas.
but you are supporting native culture, like Maori culture, all that as well.
Yeah. Like
that's a good thing,
learning,
though. Yeah, you're promoting it.
Yeah, learning and unlearning a lot of things. So yeah, it's
well. Speaking of your artwork, that's kind of how we first connected because. Like we did an interview with Hamii in one of the episodes of the Cairo Chronicle a while back, and we featured some of your work, and we had a massive response to that. People love it. Yeah. It's hard to. I mean, we're a podcast, so we might try and load something in the images, but it's really cool. It's at first I was a bit worried because I mean, like. Māori always talk about cultural appropriation, and like I get that because like I had a friend of mine's trying to make plastic tickies, and I'm like, bro, you can't do that. But anyway, but you know, I mean, you're taking pop culture iconic characters and and recreating them in a K Road environment. We did a cover recently with the takeoff of the Vice City.
Yeah,
and it's really cool. It's really if you're ever at the White Lady, who are actually a sponsor, there's a really cool picture behind the counter. Yeah. They love your work.
Yeah, I was like, oh, did they do that first or did I do that first? But yeah, either way.
I think they bought it on off your site.
Oh, true. That's trippy. Yeah, I think with culture appreciation, like. You can see the difference between appropriation and appreciation. Like, if it's a Pākehā doing it, if they have like the right, like, intentions, then it's appreciation. If they really just doing it
just to make a buck,
but not to actually understand, then that's a whole different story. That's how I feel.
How'd you get into your album?
So many things. Like, it was just a lot of things all at once. Like. Some legal stuff I was dealing with that, won't go into. And then lockdown, having too much free time. And then I think at the same time, it was election year during lockdown. And then I saw a lot of Make America Great Again flags up and down, everywhere. Mega. Yeah, so I started drawing. My original name was, Bob Ross?
No.
The painter Bob Ross, is like art therapy.
Yeah,
just listening to him.
My first name was Rob Bob.
Like the opposite of him, like angry brushstrokes.
Yeah, and like Bob getting robbed. And then, then I seen them Make America Great Again. I was like, oh, what can we make? Like, what can I get out of that? And then I was like, make Aotearoa. What can we make Aotearoa native again? And then I wrote it, and then it's spelled out Mana too.
Oh,
and then it just
right.
Mana.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Mana.
it just worked. Yeah, so and then
that was a sign.
And then a lot of local, what's her name from Damaris from
Coco's.
Yeah. She brought my first painting that I ever made, and then I was like, then I was like,
what was
I'm an
that
artist
like?
now.
Yeah.
What was that like when you sold a painting? When you sell a painting, it's like, wow.
Yeah. I was just like, I just need to do this again,
Mm.
and then I just keep doing it, and I had all the free time because we were there for.
So
ages.
are you mostly selling online?
Yeah, pretty much. Now and then. Oh, we're actually opening up a little pop-up shop on Key Road too.
Oh, cool. When's it opening?
So it was meant to open months ago with Tiari.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Rest
so,
in peace.
Yeah,
Passed away.
rest in peace.
Yeah,
Tiari.
if those that do follow the Chronicle, you might remember we interviewed Tiare a couple of months ago, and sadly he has gone to the other side, shall we say?
He was one of our first guests, I think.
Yeah, rest in peace, Tiare. Carry on.
Yeah, so I was meant to open up. Me and him were doing that together. We did a few collabs together, and then he got this shop sorted for us.
Oh, was that part of the pop-up for Matariki?
Yeah, and then there's another one behind it,
Right,
behind
yeah,
where we were. And then he sadly passed away, and then I was going off with his plan, and I low key joke about it now, just to dark humor to get over it. I just say he ghosted me.
That's sad and funny.
It works though. It helps.
Yeah.
So soon, like maybe this next week. What's today? Sunday. Definitely next week. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see how that goes, because you heard it here first. I will be having an exhibition in the near future, which is a bit daunting because I've never done anything like that before.
Ooh,
so I'll be coming to you going, how did you do this and what happened there? And of course, we will happy to promote that on the Cairo Chronicle channels as well.
Oh, cool.
So do you have any artistic training, or you're just an arty farty?
Yeah, I drew a lot in high school and stuff, but then once you leave high school, you kind of have to just get a job, and everything else just goes away.
And I don't know about you, but you know, I mean, when I was like, to say you were going to be an artist or an actor or any kind of creative fields, people would be like, get a real job, bro.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's pretty much what we had to do, eh? Just get a real job or whatever, or even as a real job, really.
Is art a reliable source of income for you at all, or is it?
Yeah.
Could
Definitely.
you like go just alone on your art?
Oh, hell no. I wish one day, like maybe.
But you haven't actually been going that long, so you've had quite a good start, really.
Yeah. I think I just had a lot of luck. Oh, it's really been K Road that's really helped me get like the confidence and people like connecting me with other people who are already doing things.
You know what I find? The harder you work, the luckier you get.
Yeah, definitely. Being consistent is a lot better than having motivation.
Does it all go to your head and you're like, fuck, I'm a fucking artist now, bro?
Yeah. I grew a mustache after my first painting.
Salvador Dali.
Yeah, I was like, it's official. Grow one out.
What's your iwi, if you don't mind?
Ngāpuhi, yeah. So I'm from...
That's north, eh?
Yeah. I'm from Te Tai Tokiro. Tunatahi is the OG name. Yeah. / Dargaville. Yeah,
I've
so
been
I'm
to
from up
Dargaville.
there. Yeah?
You know the best thing about going to Dargaville is? Leading.
That's low-key true, though. There's only like 3 things to do in Dargaville.
And one of them's leave.
Yeah.
The other ones arrive.
Middle ones go to the warehouse. That's a big night out in Dargaville.
Hey, speaking of Dargaville, which is kind of crops up commonly on the Cairo Chronicle. Have you been watching that TV show Down for Love?
Yeah.
There's this really cool guy
I
from
know the dude.
He's cool.
The Elvis dude.
The Elvis dude. I'd date him.
Yeah, I think he's a vibe.
He took a. I think they went on it. The first date was like knife making. And I was like, well, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's a Dargaville date.
That's a cool show, man.
Yeah. Eat fish and chips in the paddock, and that's a good night.
That's cool. That's really cool. Those Down syndrome kids, I love them. Mate. It's like so how did the date go? And they're like, oh yeah, okay. And they're like, so do you think you'll see each other again? Nah.
That's too honest.
That's so honest.
Or they look like they're not having a good time at the end of it. They're like, I love him. Like,
I've been trying to get some funding, like from some guys, to set up like a Vegas-style wedding chapel on K Road. Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be cool, yeah.
What about, speaking about making Aotearoa native again, what did Māori do back in the day for marriage
Unions.
ceremonies? Did they have... Yeah,
that's a great question. I never even thought about it.
I'm actually unsure. I definitely think it wasn't like as monogamous as things are today, where a lot of...
Well, it's kind of a Christian concept, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, you hear a lot of stories of, like, Māori chiefs having more than one wife, or, you know, the ownership of someone is a lot different to what we have now.
Well, marriage was very much about ownership for hundreds of years. It was a transfer of property, and women were generally treated as chattels.
Yeah, which I find weird.
Even the whole, like, getting your dad to walk you down the aisle
give you
to
away.
your partner.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh yeah, now you were your dad's property, and now you're your partner's property now. It's so fucked up. I honestly.
But don't you think in this modern age, the modern idea of marriage, of making a lifelong commitment to somebody, is kind of special?
Yeah, definitely. I think statistically most marriages end anyway.
I think 54% of marriages.
Yeah.
Within 7 is the 7 year age.
Yeah.
I just want the diamonds.
You just
Just want the diamonds.
You just want the free bar at the wedding party. That's
I
why
love
you become
going. I
a
love
marriage
them. They're the
celebrant.
best parties.
I like that.
Open bar.
Yeah, true.
Back to art.
Anyway.
Yeah. You do mixed media, or what gets you excited about making art? What are you working with?
I do a lot of digital art because I don't really have the time or space to have paints and pens out and being able to like get, like, if I ran out of something,
Right.
Yeah.
It's a limitless supply of the color blue on Photoshop.
Yeah.
What software are you using predominantly?
Procreate.
Right.
Procreate, yeah. But then when I do like a painting, I make sure it's a big one and like a one of one, and then I'll make
you mean a physical painting?
Yeah.
You use oil or acrylic? Or
everything.
Whatever's
going.
Yeah. Whatever's in the fridge.
Bong water, everything.
The cool thing about your work too is there's a lot of like little Easter eggs. So the longer you look at the picture, the more subject matter that pops out to you.
Yeah.
And but like you're using a lot of pop culture characters like Bart Simpson and Ren and Stimpy and those sort of things. Is that a copyright issue or is it like fair use?
Man, I have no idea. I just don't care. Like, I feel like they stole enough, so let me have Bart. Come on, like.
If they come after you, I guess that means you've been successful. Like,
they've noticed
it's
you. Kind of free.
It's probably the best advertising you get.
That's what I was gonna say. It's free advertising.
But the painting behind the white lady counter, there was some issue with that, was there not? With the tiger, and the work that comes after that, have had that character replaced.
Oh, true.
You've got the frosty boy, and you've got the giraffe from the milkshake, and there's lots of all these iconic characters. There's there's the Ches and Dale from the Cheese adverts.
Yeah. I rip off everybody.
Just noticing your shirt right now. I thought it was a polo, but it's a guy with the tire hat.
That's cool. Who's that by?
This is me. This is my.
That's your t-shirt.
This is my little logo.
That's cool.
Yeah. So people think it's Ralph Lauren.
Yeah.
And they're I'm like, nah, this is Hone Lauren.
Oh, right.
Nah, this is my
the tire hat coming at you.
Yeah.
That's real cool.
So that's your under mana.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
I kind of like, if I want to learn something, I kind of learn it myself. So I googled like what are the most common looking or most successful looking logos and stuff, and most of them were all the simple ones. Like, say Ferrari
Crocodile.
just has a little horse. Yeah, the crocodile. It's just the most basic.
You can spot it at like 50 yards.
Yeah. So I didn't really think about. So I really thought about it. I had many other logos before it, and then that came to me, and I decided to use that and use the Donald Trump, with the stars and the I used that as well. So people, it kind of gets people's attention, like, oh, is that a Make America?
Satirical.
Oh, no, it's not. Never mind.
But it's
even
subtle.
worse.
I think it's cool. It's cool that it's just subtle like that.
Yeah.
It's not, would have been tempting to do like a big print of that.
Yeah.
And that would have defeated the point.
Yeah. It gets people thinking about what does the brands that they wear really represent, and
what really annoys me? When you see mixed branding, like somebody wearing a Converse t-shirt and Nike shoes, it just really annoys me.
Who sponsors you?
That was yesterday. I was wearing a Nike shirt, Nike socks and Puma shoes.
Yeah, just
I really like the word mana because it doesn't really translate in English. There's so many different meanings for it.
Yeah,
am I right?
Yeah.
I think in Japanese culture, I think they call it face, don't they? Mana is like similar to face.
Yeah, it's your pride, your spirit, though. It's more spiritual as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It can be a lot of things. Like, I guess mana can translate to English to power, but not necessarily like I've got this power over you, or
It's also about respect too. Like people say, you've got mana because people respect you.
Yeah. That's definitely.
And if you disrespect someone, you're fucking with their mana.
Yeah. So there's levels to it and layers to it. Having mana. Yes.
Where'd you grow up?
Up north. So I've been born and bred in Dargaville, and I went to a all Māori school that was maybe like 30 kids. All of them were my cousins. The teachers were my aunties and uncles. The janitor was the woodwork teacher at the same time.
You're basically homeschooled.
Yeah. It was a really.
You haven't
small
been to
school.
Dargaville, have you?
I don't think so.
No.
Sounds amazing though.
It was a poor ass school, but I didn't know it was poor. Like, we had cooking classes and we would just make popcorn. Like,
That counts.
make wheat bix. We thought it was cool that we didn't know any better, so we thought,
And was cooking class about the same time as lunchtime?
Pretty much. It was. I didn't realize how cool it was until I left and went to a Pākehā school where, I don't know, it was just different. It was like a big disconnect from like teacher to student. But then in the small in the Kahu Valley, the school I went to, there was rules, but not really. Like, teachers would slap you, but then you'll be like, what? Like who you gonna tell?
Right.
I'm gonna see your mum after this.
Yeah. Your mum told me to do that.
Yeah, it was stuff like that. But no, I enjoyed it. And then
were you using Te Reo as well at that school?
Yeah, it was like half and half. We had Pākehā go there too, and it was I didn't think anything of it until we left, and then every single time there was like a tangi around any of the marae surrounded the school, or the whole school would go and show some respect to them, their lost one, and would often visit Tāne Mahuta. I don't know if you've been up to Tāne Mahuta.
Oh, it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
honestly, if you get the chance, it's just you're in the presence of greatness. Eh?
Yeah. We'll go and sing to him good like once a month. And then when we first started going, I was like, oh, nah, let's not sing to the tree again. And then we got older and older. I was like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
And then tourists will be there taking photos of us, trying to give us money, like we're busking or some shit. And we're like, what the fuck? This is not for your entertainment. This is for us.
Hey, speaking of money, the Cairo Chronicle is a bit desperate at the moment. Life's a bit tough for us, so if you can support us on buymeacoffee.com, patreon.com, or support our guys out there distributing the paper as well. Please support our sponsors, the White Lady, Cairo Business Association, Saloon Bar, Achos, Methodist Church, Lifewise. But honestly, we don't increase income soon, this could be one of the last episodes of the Chronicle that you may hear. So please, a couple of dollars a month, and we can continue going, and hopefully continue to bring you voices like Hamii's. Now, Hamii, we're almost getting to the end of our time because I know you've got to rush off. But one thing, just burning question: if you were going to set up your dream band, who would be in it?
Oh,
Living or dead artists?
Tina from Turner's. Definitely not.
Tina from the Turners.
And she loves cars.
Yeah. Oh, dream band. Shit. I'm thinking way too much now.
Everybody gets stumped
Definitely anyone from Good Charlotte, just for the vibes. Fall Out Boy, because they're a vibe.
They're fops, bro.
I like all the white boy bands, if we were going to make a band, like all the old, like...
Bowie?
Nah, it's too...
Come on.
Too
Right,
far
that's
for me.
it. Done. Don't blaspheme.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah,
I met that dude on K Road one time.
I think
Yeah,
he's got a place here somewhere.
He come in, and I was like, oh, Good Charlotte. Fall Out Boy. Green Day. And he's just like, keep shaking his head. And I was like, oh, shit, sorry, my bad. Can I get a picture? And he was like, no.
No, you got to know who I am.
Fair enough. I didn't even...
Yeah, shit.
I just wanted one to show my mum. But yeah, Free Palestine also, I forgot before I go.
Yeah, hearts and minds go out to all those.
Oh, so you've got a tattoo on your knee, land back?
Yeah, that was a stick and poke from my friend. Yeah, I want to start doing tattoos as well.
Yeah, I'd get a tattoo from you.
Yeah.
That's how my sister started doing stick and poke, and now she's got a job at a tattoo store. She's happy.
Oh shit, true. Got to
shout out to
Sib
Sticks Instagram handle. Hey, Six, I've got a question for you. I'm a bit worried. I'm seeing there's blood all over the floor in here.
We were already talking about this, as well as the naked lady in the corner.
There's blood in a naked mannequin going on. Like, wait.
No, a friend of mine was here yesterday. Was shopping, and so it's not as traumatizing as it looks.
But most people don't bleed when they're shopping.
No. He had meat products.
Oh, God.
And Sophie, our little lady in the corner, is naked because one of the streeties turned up the other day and was saying that they needed some clothes. So they happen to be the same size as Sophie. So yeah, we need. It is a bit disconcerting having a naked mannequin in the corner. Never mind. So, are you happy with the election?
Yeah, I think it's nothing new. It's nothing new, but I'm happy we got the youngest Māori MP ever, and then her great grandfather was the first Māori MP. We got more in the Greens. So it can only get better, but I feel like this time it's got to get really shit to get really better.
Yeah, look, I think it was pretty predictable. I know you've got to go because you actually just made your time for us during your break, and I mean I'm sure you probably want to get a drink or something to eat before you go back to your main hustle. Dan, final question.
Oh, that was my one about the blood. Okay, what's your next project? What's your next artwork?
Oh, I've got these stencils coming out that I'm gonna share to people so they can put on their walls, spray painted, and then have
it. That's clever, man. Thinking outside the hexagram.
What's the stencil gonna be?
Lamback stencils.
Yeah.
A lot.
Is that the font on your knee? That tattoo?
Similar.
Kind of like Iron Maiden.
Yeah, go spray painted on billboards in the future, something like that.
That's a good idea.
But yeah, no. Also something K Road. A few ideas. Too many ideas. I'm not sure if they're good or bad though, but we'll see.
Don't know till you try.
Well,
it.
Yeah, definitely.
So far, your work's been just really well received, and I think you're doing great. Sarah,
what's your favourite piece that you've made so far?
I would say the recent one. I'll show you guys.
The one with the Palestinian
hold it up
flag,
to the mic so the people at home can see.
Yeah. Can you hear it?
Ooh,
yeah, that's fucking
back.
cool.
Yeah,
I really like that.
I do like that. I'd get a tattoo of that.
Yeah. So
if you want to see what he just showed us, just go to Make Aotearoa Native again on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm giving that one out for free. Like, I'm just sending it to people for free because I don't want to make money on someone's war they're going through. But I want the message to get out there.
Cool.
Free Palestine, free print.
Well, maybe you could donate any donations to the to the
I wouldn't know who to donate to. Like, there's so many out there.
Amnesty International,
true.
Red Cross.
I don't trust. It's like, I don't know, some places I'm like iffy about. It's like when ANZ do Daffodil Day and you're like, gee, you're literally a bank. You got my money too. What the fuck?
Hey,
what do you mean?
Thanks, Hamii. And look, we got some really interesting characters scheduled, but we don't pay the rent. We're not going to be here much longer. So please support us. Honestly, a couple of dollars a month can make a huge difference. Thanks, Hamii. Thanks to my co-host.
No worries. Thank you, guys.
Thanks to my co-host, Dan. Thanks to my co-host. I nearly said Sarah. It is Sarah. Why do I have... No.
Samantha.
Susan.
Well, thanks to the girl that keeps supporting me. Does most of the actual behind-the-scenes work. Fucking what's wrong with me? Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Find out on the next podcast.
I just did a mind blink.
Yeah.